Hey everyone, Kevin here, and what I'd like to do in this video is a review of my audio interface. This is the ID22 from Audient. I've had this for about a month or so, and I was hoping to do a review a few weeks ago. I probably should have, if I'm honest, because when I first got this, I read the manual, front to back kind of thing. I read everything about it, and I learned a lot about audio, but I've kind of forgotten some of it because I'm just using this in a very specific way, and a lot of the things that I learned about, really not applicable to me. This is more than I ever need, really. This is more for musicians. But I bought it myself. Retails around the £325 mark in the UK. It's from an English company, Audient, so it's cheaper here, but it's about $600 in the USA, so it is quite expensive. Before we go on, I just need to stress again that I'm not a big audio guy. I'm not an audio engineer. I'm not a musician. I'm not anything like that. So if you are and you're watching this video, you're going to cringe at the mistakes I make. As far as explaining certain things and that, there's a lot of functionality in here that I just don't know how it works, and I don't really need to know how it works because I just need to use this in a very specific way. What I'm going to do is just kind of show you the box. I want to show you the audio interface itself, show you all the different ports, talk about it, and then I want to jump to my PC and I'll, just show you the audio interface that I've got. It's like a mixer thing that you can use to change how your audio is. And hopefully it'll give you a better understanding of what this thing can do. So if I jump over, where are we here? Get my camera, right. So I'll show you the box first, right? Here we go. This is, okay, here. This is the box, and it's quite hard for me to see that, right? Okay. So this is the box that comes in, and it's quite a big box. Inside you've got, I didn't get much in it. I didn't get a manual that because I did buy this second hand. It's got international adapters. It comes with a cable that you don't actually need, so I don't know why that is there. So really I just want to show you around the box. Here we've got, it says here it's a high performance ADDA interface and monitoring system, 2496 audio, 10 out, 14 out, and it's USB 2.0. See around the side there's more features. On the back, in the shot. Yeah, on the back, we just get more information about the features and things like that. This is a digital interface I'll be showing you. This is the front of the interface itself, and you can see here DSP low latency, configurable channel views, assignable talkback button, customize your control surface with function buttons, programmable dim and alt speakers, and it's a flexible simple routing matrix. But really the key thing here, 24-bit 96 kilohertz audio. Now what I'm going to do now is bring over the bad boy itself. See if we can get you here. Let's see, maybe a funny angle here. Right, is that better? There we go. So this is the audio interface. This is what I've been using in a lot of my videos. It is fantastic. I'm really happy with it. If you saw my kind of first impressions of it, I bought it second hand. I bought it for £200 out of CEX in the UK. I saved it. I mean, I got it not half price, but I had a significant discount off it, and it's still in great condition. Okay, you can see why I like this. It's got a really professional kind of console look, and this can be used for your microphones, for your audio, but it can be used as for your headphones as well, and the quality is unbelievable. I mean, I've showed you this before. I bought this at the exact same time. This retails at £40-50 in the UK, and that's pretty bad. And maybe it's because I'm spoiled being used to this, but this thing just doesn't work. It's got a lot of latency problems. This has got zero latency issues. When I talk, I can hear myself talking. I'm not hearing any, feedback, or a delay when I'm talking that makes it difficult to talk. So this is the main console. You can see here the lights are flashing because I'm talking. It helps me see my levels. So get stats showing that it's powered on. We've got the two mic inputs here. And it's these kind of clickable switches that I can just kind of click back and forward. You can hear that. They work really, really well. The top here, you've got 48 volts of phantom power. You've got a negative 10 decibel pad. You've got reverse polarity, and then you've got a high cut filter for like rumbles and things like that. And it's the same on the second one. And if I turn this down now, you can see that my volume is going to go down. It's going to go down, and then I'll turn it back up. That's too high. I'll probably keep it about there. And now this is just you get this. Is this the right level? Hello? Right, that seems okay. So you can turn it all the way down, then all the way back up, just like you can with any audio interface. But it does give you a lot of control. And how you set this really depends on the microphone and all that kind of thing. But it works really well. You've got the monitor here, the main monitor. So this controls the audio coming from your outputs, and I'll talk about that in a second. You've got the dim and cut switches, or buttons rather. You've got my headphone volume control. So I can of course control it through my computer here, but it's it's quick to just use this for the dial. And then you've got 3 programmable function buttons. You can see that this kind of lights these buttons up as well sometimes. It works really well. So I'm going to turn you around hopefully without unplugging anything, and I can show you where the magic happens. In fact, just to say, this is, I believe it's got a Kensington switch at the side. I think that's it there. To lock it so that no one can steal it. Right. First things first. Right, I'll get this camera in the right part. When you look at this the first time, it looks like an absolute mess because I've got some wires going around, but it's actually very, very simple. Okay, start here. This is the microphone that's plugged in. This is what I'm using to record this audio. This is for the second one, so I can take it out. Just an XLR, but you can see here it's an XLR stroke TRS input. Now here you've got a discrete connection, so if you're using a bass guitar or a guitar, you can plug it in here, and if you plug it in there, what it does is just kind of replaces this one, and then you can control it through those controls. So you can see my XLR cable there. I'm pushing buttons there. Okay, you've got 2 send and returns. So this could go, for example, to a mixer or something, and then you can send it the audio back, the connection back. You've got 2 4 outs, but it can be like left and right. You've got digital in and out. You've got this is the power going to the UK mains, the plug. This is the old style USB 2 connection. You've got my headphone connection as well. But you can obviously monitor through speakers, or plug it in through these digital outs. These outs as well. Now you can see I've actually got 2 cables here. This is a 2 1/4 to a 1/8, and the reason I bought this, and I think I talked about this in a video as well, was to plug it into my audio recorder so that I can record not only through Adobe Audition, etc., because that's connected to my computer right now, but also through my audio recorder. So I would have a backup essentially. It hasn't worked out that way. That's unfortunate. I've not been able to get that right. The thing is, this cable works, I think it works exactly how it should, but I don't know if this is a balance cable. I'm getting a lot of buzzing through this, so it's nothing to do with the interface. It's more about this cable. I've not picked the right cable. But I'm hoping to get the right cable in the future, and then when I'm recording, like I am just now, I'm recording through. I don't know if you can see this there. It's a bad angle, but this is Adobe Audition, which is recording the audio just now. But computers crash, Windows crashes, Adobe products certainly crash, which is why I want to get a cable to back up to this, so that in a situation where something goes wrong, I've got a backup, and I don't have to worry. That's how I want to use it. As I said, I am using this in a very, very specific way. I'm using this for my YouTube videos. I'll be using this for game streaming and things like this. I've got no intention of using this ever for music or software, any kind of music development, anything like that. I'll maybe use it for podcasting in the future, or an interview. I'm set up there okay. Now you can see there it's got 2, I think it's 2 in and 6 out But the audio connection up that's at the back there, that allows you to connect another preamplifier, and you can put in another 8 ins and outs, which makes this, as it says in the box, it says it's a 10 in, 14 out. That's where it comes from. So that is, it's quite a versatile device. It's quite, despite it being USB 2.0, it is actually quite future-proof in that regard. And I'm really happy with it. The audio is fantastic. I'm really, really pleased with the audio. That it's obviously, I can't convey how good the headphone quality is, but it's like having a top-of-the-line sound card. Essentially, that's all this is really that I'm using it for. And it's, it makes everything that I listen to when I'm recording fantastic, whether it be video editing, a video for YouTube, whether it be playing a movie, playing YouTube clips. I don't tend to watch movies at my computer, but playing a YouTube clip, playing a game, anything like that, the audio sounds amazing, and I can control it easily like this. It just, for me, it just fits into my my setup really well. I am going to change my setup a little bit over the next few months, but this is something that I'm hoping to keep using over the next few years, and I've got absolutely no reason to ever replace it unless it breaks. What I'd like to do now is jump over to my computer, and I'll just talk about the mixer and show you how that works as far as the software end there. So let's do that now. Okay guys, so I'm over at my computer, and you can see the software for the Audient iD22, the mixer, whatever you want to call it. I just want to quickly show you the sales page, just to give you a quick overview. You can see here, high performance audio interface and monitoring system, and for whatever reason I've went to my downloads there. Right, it's got more of the features there, user-defined function keys. It's kind of all the information that was on the box, and you've got all the awards, and you can see there, as I was saying, everyone's using this for audio recording, for sound engineering, and I'm using it for being an idiot and doing YouTube videos and things like that. It is kind of overkill, but for what I'm using it for. The manual here that you can download, it's available in a few languages. It's very, very good. And I mean, I learned a lot about audio in general just from reading it. And it does explain what every single thing does, and explains the mixer and things like that as well. It's a very, very good manual. I mean, it is necessary for something like this to have a manual this good, but it is really good that the manual is so useful. Now, as I said, another disclaimer, I say this at the start, but I've kind of not, I really don't have a great understanding of this mixer. There's certain things that I've figured out, there's certain things I've not, certain things I've learned, and I've since kind of, I've basically just stopped using this software because I don't need to use it when I'm recording. So I'll maybe extend this. Can I? No, I can't. I think I can't remember if I drag and drop this. No, I can't. Okay, it shows you how it's been at least a few weeks since I've used it. You can see this is the main dial here, and I can adjust my audio by going down like that. I've got like mute. That's the mute button. I can't remember what's that. But see, this is the thing. Because I don't use this. I'm forgetting what a lot of these buttons will do. See here at the top, you've got what's being shown now. Right now, okay, so we'll maybe just go through this one by one. Maybe this is the best way to do it. You've got the main, this, you can see that when I'm talking, the volume's going up and down. You've got how you can cue the audio. You've got mic line in and in, like that. If you want to show them, it's the same as that part there, what you want to show, like that. And so that's the analog microphones in, then you've got the digital in, things like that. You've got the monitor, and I can move that around. And this is where you can program the buttons to do different things. You've got dim, cut, all this. Now, as far as what these actually do, see, there we go. There's a section that basically explains how it all works, and I went through and I changed them all and I messed around with them and all this, but I don't use them. I'll be honest, I don't use them, and I apologise for anyone who's wanting to find out more about how this works, but I'll link to the manual. This area here, you've got, this is it here, this explains it here. You've got The mono sum button is this one here. You've got what's that? Polarity reverse. Can't even talk. We've got a talk back button, alternative loudspeaker button, then you've got dim and cut. There you go. Honestly, this is the thing. You know, I put this back on and I see those buttons and I forget what they do, simply because I've got absolutely zero need for them. I use this audio interface in general, probably about 5% of its potential. I really just kind of use it in a minimal form, but you know, I can control the volume and things like that here, and you can kind of work between dials and this software to control the volume of your microphone and the volume of your headphone jacks and things like this. And you can, you know, send the audio left, so all the audio now is going to my left earphone, and then it'll go to my right earphone, things like that. So you can control how the audio is being delivered to your monitor, things like that. And if I had connected a digital input, you know, I could maybe show, is it here? Yeah. You know, you can show, see, I think there's a scroll, then it's here's got D, or digital 1 and 2. I think you can show even more. I think you can. So you've got the DAW102, 3, 4, 5, and 6, then digital 1, 2, mic 2. Now, as I say, I don't use those. Okay, you've got now this routing matrix thing. This it's if you look at it, it's very, very confusing. As far as what is this for. There's examples, and if I can find it, there's examples how to set things up in the manual. And if I can find the part I'm talking about, where are we? Right, see, like this section here. So when you look at this thing, it looks like, you know, main mix, all SPKQ, and it shows you 1, 2, 3, and 4 headphones, blah blah blah. Now it's a bit confusing if you've never used anything like this. It was to me as well, but you basically look at this and it's explaining, you know, for different setups, you know, if you're using speakers, if you're using whatever you're using into interfaces and things like this, it explains what you should be using, whether it's going direct and all that kind of thing. You know what, I'm not going to explain this in this video, because I will explain it. I'll make a mistake. I'll explain it wrongly. There's no doubt about it. But it's essentially this part. You can change different settings depending on the way that you've got set up, but depending on, you know, how the, you know, what cables you've got coming in and out, whether you've got any speakers, when you've got any mixers and things like that. You've got mono mode here, center, left, right, things like that. Talk back, assign. Then you've got digital preferred clock source. I've got internal because I'm using an internal mic. Here you've got, that's just for your digital out, you know, whether you're using ADAT or the SPDIF, they call it. And you can see, this is clearly, I know this myself when I'm talking now, this is clearly the worst explanation ever. But really, I went through this whole thing and I tested lots of things for a good couple of hours and to get a good understanding how it all worked. But ultimately, I realised 99% of these features I don't actually need for what I'm doing. And I use the software pretty much very, very rarely. The only time I use it is when I'm talking in the microphone and for whatever reason the levels isn't right, I will load up this mixer and I will make sure that this part is, you know, set to the right level and everything's sounding okay. That is really all I use it for, just to make sure that everything is working okay. And if I plugged in my audio recorder, maybe, you know, plug it in, just check that the monitor level and things like that's okay. Apart from that, I don't really touch the software, and it's because I don't need to. And really, with audio and with everything that I do online, I try to keep things as simple as possible, which is why I have very little knowledge about this. So if I just show back up. Now, you can use other things as well with this microphone. You can use third-party software and things like that as well. So I don't believe that you're tied to this. But this seems to do everything that I needed to do. And, you know, when I push the buttons on the control, you can see that they're going to light up here as well, function buttons. So it's all quite responsive in that way. And it's okay. I mean, essentially what I do is I use it for, you know, just to check everything's okay. But if it's something I don't understand, something's not working correctly, I just go back to this manual. I've got it saved in my Dropbox as well. And I just do a search and I find out how to do it, and then I go back to it. I mean, I kind of use this as a reference rather than a manual that I read that I read and then throw away. I use it as a reference that whenever I need to change the setup or something's not working right, I'll go back to the manual. That's how I've been looking at it. So yeah, that's my very poor overview of the mixer and the software that you get with the Audient iD22. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Audient iD22. It does everything that I need. It's a very competent machine. It provides great audio. It provides really good audio to me. Very good monitoring when I'm listening through my headphones in. It's overkill for what I need it for. It really is. I could do with something a lot cheaper, a lot simpler, but I was reading a lot of reviews for audio interfaces and things like that, and lots of them, this doesn't work right, this doesn't work right, this isn't good, this isn't good. All the reviews for this were very, very positive, and one of the most expensive things in an audio interface is the microphone preamp, and the two preamps in this are very, very good. It's got 48 volts of power, and this can power even the most draining condenser microphones. It makes any microphone sound really good. Now, I'm going to improve my audio setup in the future. I would like to get a better microphone, things like that. But without a doubt, this is something that has greatly improved the way that I produce audio for my YouTube videos, and it's a great device. I mean, I do apologise. I know I keep going on about it, but I do apologise I'm not being able to explain it. A lot of videos like this, you look at a review for an audio interface and it's some really technical audio engineer, but hopefully on the flip side, I can give an idiot's guide to this. I hope my idiot's guide has been helpful, because I think sometimes technical people, audio engineers and technicians, musicians, they'll explain things, and to someone like myself, a YouTuber who's maybe going to use it in a different way, a lot of it's not applicable, and a lot of it just simply goes over my head because I'm not familiar with the terms, and I don't need to be familiar with the terms, etc. I use this in a very simple way. I plug in my microphone, adjust the audio, get it correctly, and I record the audio through Adobe Audition, through my screen recording software, through, hopefully in the future, my audio recorder. And it's a big beast. It's heavy, it's big, but I like the way that it works. It's got a nice front-facing console that makes everything very easy to use. I'm very happy with it, and I'll leave some links to the overview page, to the manual, etc., so you can check out yourself. Is it worth it? It's up to you guys. I mean, probably it's not worth it to people in my situation that's recording it, for videos, and that's maybe not the best setup. Maybe a little simple mixer would be better, but I'm very happy with it. I've bought it now, and I'm happy that I did because it works really well. So this has been the Audient iD22. Please let me know what you think about it. Leave a comment below, and until next time, thanks for watching, guys.